What's up, Hex? Hey everyone, Doyler here. I am actually online on Monday, so I figured I would check out the new Guild Wars, share with you guys my thoughts and how the hell it all works. So, if you haven't looked at the new Guild War, you missed the prep phase, so you did not get to set your lineups, unfortunately. But as you can see, my guild managed to set, I think this number is how many teams we set? Or how many teams we're facing. So this is what it looks like now. The battle phase is going to last for 1 day. The rewards picture that I posted and that DH Games posted looks like they're maxed out levels for these frames. So Maverick frame is still a little better than Royal Amethyst for now, unfortunately. That control immunity should be fun, though. And this is going to be for the championship, so hopefully we can win. We've been winning Guild Wars before this on this server. Although it looks like it's grouped. Right, because they said there's going to be a group phase. So it looks like you're grouped similarly to Ida with 4 other teams. So hopefully we can crush them. And I don't know how much individual ranking matters. It looks like rewards are only for guilds, so. These are also the buff banners they mentioned. So it looks like you have to pick based on the fort picture and based on the buff you want. I guess I'm just going to buff my fort if I can. I don't really see a reason to buff someone else's fort. Let's look at damage reduction. Can I do this? Nope. So only officials can actually set buffs. I guess they will do it based on the hardest matchups. So Cavern is 3.2 million. Camp is 3.5. Okay, so you can actually see the... I set myself up in the Nurturing Glade, but I don't think it actually shows you where you're set. Oh, that's cool. So you can actually see those buffs and stats if you click this little eyeball. So it looks like our hardest matchup is going to be this thing, which is the Sapphire. And I guess where you set your defensive team. Yeah, so the 5 teams you face is going to change every day, and the points I assume will carry over from day to day. But it looks like where you attack doesn't, where you set your defensive team doesn't affect where you can attack, because I set mine in the Nurturing Glade. Let's attack down here since we have a pretty strong team. And it doesn't matter who we attack strategically in this round, because these other guilds aren't really doing their attacks yet. So let's see what happens. So we just set a normal lineup. So we'll set the double Garuda lineup we've been running with my deer. See what happens. Okay, so you don't actually see the battles. Looks like I went 3 and 7 though. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I can challenge each fort every day. Where did my individual rankings go? Rewards. Okay, so I got 300 points. So not terrible. But I guess you could build a lineup to counter everyone here. Although that only really matters if you have really more full teams of E5s. So I guess I'll run the same. And that's what you can only set a hero once. So you can only set each hero in an attack once per day. So once you use a team of over 3 million power, it's going to be a lot harder than Ida to use second and third teams. So let's try and fight this one with something that looks like my temporary Mim Cheese team. So we'll do a Michelle. A Deathsworn. I don't think I have the Emily's to really do it yet. I think I'm running janky ass destroyers. 2 janky destroyers and 2 Mims with a Phoenix. Let's see how many of these we can win. This is the easiest to challenge for it. Oh, only 1. I am a liability more than a help at this point. Oh man. So I think my strategy going forward will be to use a full E5 team against the weakest average. and then start sort of throwing away against these higher ones. I don't even know if I could still win any of these. We'll try this one. Actually, this team has a few weaker ones. Let's run Horus, Drake in the back, Belrain. Save that Athakwa, I guess. Siki, Valentino, and a Cruz. At least we can use the same pet over and over again. That would be rough. Now we won 3 there at least, that's good. Next easiest is this one. Let's try something stupid. Anything with it useful? See if what's left of the scary army can do any wins. Ah, 1 win. Yeah, I guess it would take way too long to actually see your battles facing off against 10 heroes. The strategy should be interesting though, especially in the later days. Unfortunately, I don't really have the heroes to make multiple teams. This will be our last legit team. Hopefully we can get a few more wins. Oh, that's about it. I think I'm out of wins. Unless they've got even worse teams than me. I guess we'll just start with the deer. It doesn't really matter at this point. We don't even have 9 stars left. So how do we end up doing individually? 800. The worst person who's tried so far, probably. But hopefully these other guilds don't do a whole lot, and we can be carried by whales like randomized. Who I tried to show off his lineup when we did the live flame shrine, but he's got the Mim Cheese with a 10-star Garuda. He's got the double carry Sherlock, and that's a backup team of his. He's got the double carry Sherlock. He's got, yeah, the double Terra with a Drake team he finished recently. So hopefully these whales of ours can carry us, but I think I'm about out of points and wins. We're running 6-star heroes at this point. I don't even know if it matters if I use these attacks at this point. Yeah, so people have legitimate heroes. Yeah, so I think attacking the weakest camp, and not necessarily based on average even, ideally I would check all of them, but the camp where I can get the most wins with my best team, and then the most wins with my second best team, and then at this point, I mean, if the average is 3.5, these people aren't running 5 and 6-star teams, which makes sense based on how we set defense. Okay, yeah, so that's how the new Guild War works. Thankfully, we don't seem to be in a too competitive version yet, at least the first hour, but there's plenty to go. I do wonder what the best strategy is going to shake out to be. It also may be better to wait until later in the day to see if your officials set these buffs, depending on when you can and can't do the fights, but I mean, I've already got 23 hours left and I'm useless. The buffs may not change too much. I think the strategy is going to matter more. But yeah, it's interesting. I like how it works, and once you get these frames leveled up, they will be better. But I'm glad they don't start out better than the Maverick frame. So yeah, I think that's about it for me, guys, for the Guild War. I'll probably be online poking at some dailies and stuff, but let me know if you guys have done your Guild War yet, and how it went for you, what strategy you were using. For now, we will knock out Brave Trial. Did it? Yeah, I got my 800 points, so things weren't great. I totally forgot the fact that you can only use each attacking hero once per day as well. I do like that every guild member gets to be active now. I'm just concerned about guilds where there's a lot of inactivity, where people used to just set their lineup on one day and go away. If people aren't logging in every day, it's going to be easier to lose these guild wars. But we were winning every guild war before this, so hopefully we'll be fine on server 1. Yeah, that's true. I guess it doesn't really matter. I keep mentioning server 1, but I mean, we just saw I'm fighting server, even today I'm fighting server 3, server 802. Yeah, especially these newer servers. I mean, we've got an 806 in here, which isn't terribly new. I know I'm on 815, but I don't know how some of these super high 800 servers are going to compete even with Mega Whales. Like, let's see how the Horn Kings teams are. Yeah, I mean, this guy, it's one of his defensive teams, but he's got no E5s and 2 5-stars, no E5s and 2 9-stars. Yeah, these guys, I mean, this guy's got a full team almost of E5s with some meta heroes, but still. Yeah, S3 is a huge one. Like, I don't know how Horn Kings is supposed to compete today against S1 and S3. Especially if you're going from these higher servers where, like, you have the Guild of Whales and you work, like, I'm sure Horn Kings was crushing it on 806, but now they're facing off against 1, 3, and 22 S3 and 129. Yeah, although it should change a bit later on, because I know when the season ends, there's going to be more brackets. Yeah, once it becomes more stabilized and teams start moving up in the ranks, the worst servers will end up in Gold and Amber and be able to win, and then they'll have a chance to move up to Shining Crystal. But even the Gold and Amber frame isn't terrible. 1 attack and 3 HP is still better than the worst 2 Ida frames, I guess. Because these are 3 HP, so it's better than the Seeker frame. Arguably better than the Watcher frame, and yeah, probably not as good as Runner and up. But yeah, thankfully the Maverick frame is still better before you upgrade it, so it won't go completely out of date day 1. Let's use our real team against ourselves. It is nice having so many heroes for Brave Trial now, though. Even winning without 10-star heroes some rounds. Also, I do love how many of these I have now. I don't really see the point of them until they make Brave Trial harder. But maybe we can get another Mim. Nope. Alright, I think that's it for me, guys. I just wanted to show off the new Guild War and see how terrible I did. catch you guys tomorrow for the actual scheduled stream. And good luck in your battles. Hopefully you figure out the strategy better than me.